So we are finally here. It has taken literally years, but we have a new football manager. And we finally get our hands on Football Manager 26. It is the beta, it's just come out. I'm recording this, it's been out for about an hour. I've set up a new manager and we are going to get into our beta save. I wanted to come in on this screen specifically because A, it cuts out all of the fussing of me, making my manager to start off with. But also, it allows you to see what I've set up this manager with, because this is going to have a big impact on how the game works, apparently, according to Sports Interactive. So, the tendencies are attacking, energetic, entertaining football, but we are strict disciplinarian and a keen motivator. I have obviously given myself the boost of Continental Pro license and stuff like that. Well, I want to go in and test this game. We're not going to do the massive journeyman save yet. That's coming. Don't get me wrong, that's definitely coming. But I feel like we need to properly test this game first. As you can see, I've loaded up quite a few leagues here. Now, we're not going to use a lot of these leagues in this save, so I'm probably going to just get rid of Belgium, get rid of Argentina and Brazil. You'll know why in a minute. These are okay. I want to add a few in because we're going to add in women's leagues. Now, we want to make sure we've got a decent amount of these. Yes. Not everything is licensed, so, we're going to have to deal with the less licensed areas. We're going to add in the women's leagues. We're going to see if we can run all of these leagues. Sweden, Wales. The women's leagues in this pop-up as highlighted in green, as it says at the bottom. But we're not gonna particularly play in all these, so we're gonna view only on these, for example, because I don't want to play in them, but I want them available. I want to be able to be seen and we can use them, but we won't be managing in them. That's not something we're looking into. We've got multiple leagues in Sweden, and we will make that viewable. I'm going to make the USA viewable simply because, well, the US is a massive part of women's football. And I think for something different, we have had Football Manager for so many years, Championship Manager, Football Manager, and we've had so many things we've been able to do. But this is the first time we've been able to do anything to do with women's football. So I think it's going to be cool to go in and see how the women's game works in Football Manager. And I know a lot of people that are doing beta saves, they've randomly selected them, blah, blah, blah. They may do their traditional beta saves with maybe men's teams in the Premier League or something like that. But I want to start off with the women, because we will be doing some sort of journeyman save, surely. So that can be the men, the women, everything can be included in that. But I think that is a cool database. Let's load this database. 56 leagues. It says it's going to be okay in terms of its speed. We'll see how that goes. And I think, I'm an Arsenal fan. I think a good place to start is going to be Arsenal women. Obviously, not the favourite for the women's league for the WSL. The favourite Chelsea, but crazy talent in that squad and are currently Champions League holders in a surprise win against Barcelona in the final last year. So I think it'd be quite cool to do that. See if we can take Arsenal to that WSL trophy that they've been missing. And it'll be interesting to see how the stadiums look for the WSL, how the players look stats-wise, how the players look in-game, their animations, etc. It's a whole new aspect and a whole new era for Football Manager, and it'll be interesting to see quite how that matches up with what we've seen before, because obviously this is a huge change for Football Manager. Okay, we are here. This is the first screen you see when you load up the database. I have all of the teams. This is obviously the licensed Premier League, which is wonderful to see. We love the new licenses. It's going to make things so much easier. Now, as a caveat to that, when you still go to places like the Serie A, although most are actually licensed, you still got ones like Inter Milan, AC Milan, Napoli, who aren't licensed still. and that'll come with name fixes and stuff like that you will still do in the game. So that's nothing to be worried about all that much. I had noticed in Spain that it's obviously not licensed either. So again, this is stuff that you do with name fixes and stuff like that. That's something I will do. I'll get kits, I'll get names when it's all available, and that's something because I like the authenticity of that. But we're going to go to England, we're going to go to women's, we're going to go to WSL. So what I love about this is it does give you the board expectation now. So it shows that Chelsea are title favourites. It shows that Arsenal are predicted to finish second. They're predicted to be top two. They're Arsenal and Chelsea being the two best teams, what they think anyway. Relegation battle is West Ham. Newly promoted London City. We do know the London City Lionesses have spent a lot of money, so they're expected to finish the top half. It all makes sense, but it's lovely to see the kits in. I think that's so nice to see the kits in as soon as we get into the game, you know, instead of doing our own little data downloads, patches, etc. to try and fix those things. We've got okay finances at Arsenal here, professional status, obviously. We play at the Emirates Stadium, which is great. I think they're the only team to actually play at the Emirates Stadium. For example, Liverpool play at St Helens, not Anfield. Man City have their own stadium. Man United play at Leigh Sports Village. Chelsea sometimes play at Stamford Bridge, but I know they mainly play at Kingsmeadow. But we play at the Emirates Stadium at the moment. Most of the time, anyway. There'll be the times where we play at Boreham Wood, but this is cool. So we are now appointed as manager of Arsenal Women. This is fun. I'm so into this. So let's look at this UI. I have dabbled in the game just as it came out because I didn't want to go in completely blind. This is our portal. This is where everything sort of takes place. We can see our WSL table down here. Our fixtures coming up. We've got fixtures against PSG coming up. Interesting. Our next opposition is Brisbane Roar, though. Here is our messages. The inbox, what it used to be. Club vision. We're just going to accept the vision of the club for now. Winning bonuses, winning the league, winning the Champions League, but we want to challenge for it, not win it, which is okay. Introduction to tactics, we'll do the second. Responsibilities introduction. A lot of this is just introductions into what it is. So I will set up a lot of the backroom staff to do a lot of this for me. That tends to be the way I play this game, and I always kind of have done. And squad introduction too. It's nice that you get this. There's a lot of clicking to do early in the game to get through all of this though. So that's something we have to just get through. But tactics introduction, we can go straight in and set this up. So these are our tactics. What do we want to play as Arsenal? Now, we're a good team. We've got very talented players, and I don't think we necessarily need to be playing a fluid counter-attack. I prefer to play something like a vertical tiki-taka or gegenpress. Let's try gegenpress. Gegenpress is very powerful in FM24. So let's see if we can do that with Arsenal here. If I'm thinking of the way we would play, I'm thinking the 4-3-3 is going to be the choice. I'm thinking. And on our outer possession formation, it gives us some recommendations. We can go straight with the 4-3-3 again. We can go to a 4-2-2 or a 4-1-4-1. We'll try the 4-1-4-1, make our wide players a little bit more passive out of possession. So this is the tactics screen. I wish I could shrink this a little bit. It's quite big for me. I like sizing down the UI a little bit, but I haven't found an option for that apart from just making the text smaller, which I think is on a smaller setting already. So let's look at combined. We've got our tactics screen. We've got all of our players down here. Now, another benefit of picking this team is the fact that I know this team fairly well. So, are they all in? Are they still at the? I think they're still at the respective competitions. Obviously, England won the Euros. We're gonna want to put McCabe at left back. We're gonna want to put Domslar in goal. Zinsberger is going to be our first sub. We want to get our centre backs right. So Leah Williamson right-footed. Lottie Moy is right-footed as well. We got left-footed. Ooh, right-footed. So Williamson's definitely going to be playing, obviously. That goes without saying. Let's get Williamson in. Is she better at ball playing centre back? So we've got a lot of options now. We've got overlapping centre back, advanced centre back. That's a lot of things we're going to have to deal with. So this is a ball playing centre back. So we'll put Williamson in that role, which is the role she prefers. Even though she's right footed, it is a left sided centre back, but you know, we'll work with that. We know that Steph Kelly can also play at that centre back role. Whether I want her to is a different thing, because I think she's probably more suited to being a competitor for McCabe's place. We've got a lot of quality on the wings, so I don't think we're going to need her there. But I think she's a better as a competitor for McCabe rather than a backup, say, a centre back. Let's put Moy in as our other centre back, and Kadina can be on the bench. Emily Fox is our right back, and then Hines is probably going to be the bench here as sub 3. This is where we get to our midfield then. So if we click here, we will get suggestions for this. Who wants to play the defensive midfielder? Now, Mornham can, but looking at her stats, I think she is much better off being further up. This is possibly where we play Kim Little, I think. This is where Kim Little will play her role. Although it is only rating her as 2 stars. We may have to mess with this slightly, because I don't think defensive midfielder is going to be her best role. In the centre of the park, we're obviously going to want some incredible players. We got Mariona Caldente. Let's get her in, and then probably alongside her, we've got quality. We've got Pelova, but I think this is going to be Mornham for sure. And then we can get Pelova on the bench. It's a little bit less fluid at the moment, and that might be because we're not used to it. So I'm not going to go all out on it. Chloe Kelly on the right wing. Russo up front. And on the left, that's a difficult choice. So we've got Olivia Smith, who is really good. We've got Beth Mead, who's really good. I think Olivia Smith is going to be on the bench, though. As much as it pains me to say. We've also got Caitlin Ford. Blackstenius we want on the bench for sure. Oh, who goes on the left? Let's see who it recommends. It recommends Beth Mead. Just after Mariona, who I want to play in the middle. Okay, we'll put Beth Mead on the left. And then we will put Caitlin Ford on the bench. I can't remember how many substitutes for the WSL. We'll work that out afterwards. And then we will just fill that out there. And this is when we start looking at our in and out of possession formation. So this isn't suiting Beth Mead all that well. In possession, it's suiting her. Chloe Kelly with the inside forward is fine. Russo as just a normal centre forward is fine. I think that's fine. I know Russo can play the deep lying forward, but I kind of want her in that role. Mariona Caldente can play basically anything. Wide central midfielder? I don't know if I necessarily want her doing that, though. I'd prefer her finding the space between lines and doing that attacking midfielder role. Mornham. Okay, Mornham can be the attacking midfielder because she prefers it, and then we'll have Mariona as a central midfielder, and then we'll have Kim Little as a deep line playmaker. I think that seems pretty sensible. Let's look at Webben see if we can get a bit more out of her. Ball playing centre back. We can have 2 ball playing centre backs. That's fine. Emily Fox as a wing back. That can leave us a little exposed. We'll have to work this out because I obviously don't want to leave our wings exposed. Playmaking wingback moves inside to DM. That's an interesting role for McCabe. That's a really interesting one. I'd like to mess with that. A lot of this is going to be experimenting with things as well. We don't have an inside fullback though, so maybe if we play Fox as that and then McCabe as that and see how that goes. And then out of possession, pressing fullback as a press of the fullback is asked to actively engage opposition wide players high up the pitch to support team's press. Okay. I'm not going to fiddle with this too much. I'm slightly worried that this does not suit Beth Mead at all, but that's something we could tackle with training. I'm hoping anyway, because that is a little worrying. That is a little worrying. Yeah, it's not suiting Beth Mead, but we will work that out in time. Wubben is going to be. No, stick at the centre back. Sweeper keeper as the Domsla. I think she'll be better as just a keeper. And then in possession, I didn't check Van Domsla, but we're playing goalkeeper. Yeah, cool. I'm not going to mess around with individual instructions at the moment. We're just going to see how this rolls and then go from there. So, ooh, match day. Okay, cool. I'm not going to look through this whole tutorial now, otherwise it's going to take the video up. And I don't want to do that. So let's see where this gets us. Okay, I have advanced a lot of days. We are now fully through to match day, and I want to make a couple of changes. So I want Kelly out on the left, and I think I want to bring in Olivia Smith, just because she's very much the future of things. So I think with Kelly as a winger out here, and then Smith as the inside forward, I'm hoping that'll do really nice things. I am wondering if it's better to do a 4-2-3-1 and then have Olivia Smith as a shadow striker, or it's now called second striker, behind Russo. And I'd have to think about that one. Barcelona want Zinsberg? Interesting. I wouldn't be against that transfer because I've got my eyes on. Apparently, there's a Guru Reiten at Chelsea who is currently available and transfer listed. So, you know, I'd be interested there, but also I'm looking for another centre back, really, to provide a bit of depth. And Kadina's good, but compared to like Lottie Wubben-Moy and especially Leah Williamson, the comparison's not exactly there. Too much distance between the two roles in the outer position. Okay. Okay, I see. Tracking wide midfielder. Why is... Whoa, hold up. They're on different sides. That's why it's kicking up a fuss. Tracking wide midfielder. And then with Smith, wide outlet. Stays high. Yeah, I think that's better, because we will see how that goes. There's also... where's this? There's a screen where we can see what happens in different phases of play, and I haven't found it yet. It's a little bit... Oh, here we go. This is it. So when you get this phase, you've got Smith cutting in, you've got Kelly on the wing. Fox gets up. Not as far as I'd perhaps like. A little bit exposed back here. This is slightly worrying. But you can see it in every essence of it. So it moves out here, we get back here. It seems okay here. Marnham might be a little bit far to the left. This, I think Fox may need to get a little bit further forward, and this McCabe business might not be the best of ideas. So now I go back in here and I think maybe we do McCabe as a wingback. and then make... I think we can leave that. I think we can leave that, because then if we look back at this and do this, we've got a bit more cover on the wide area, which I think is pretty nice. Okay, cool. Let's get into this match engine. Why not? I see no reason to wait. We will do this game and then we will end the video, because this has been a lengthy start video, and then we'll start cracking through the things. I will keep the audio on in game. It may not be a thing that lasts, but I'm going to keep the audio on for now. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud. So this is our team talk. Just go out there and show me what you got. That's what we always do in these situations when you look at the stadiums. We're up against Brisbane Roar, which should be really interesting. We started our training camp. This looks excellent, honestly. Like, so cool. We've got a little, like, drone feature coming in. Obviously, when you play in the Premier League, you get all the licensing and, like, the music and stuff. But we are obviously not playing in the Premier League. And we'll probably get something a little bit different when it comes to the WSL when we get there too. Okay, we're going to leave dynamic mode on. I want speed during highlights up a tick and between highlights right up. And leave it like that. See how it goes. Okay, so we're into the match. Let's see exactly what happens here. We've got our team right. We've got Brisbane Roar left. Latest scores down here. Match events. Match stats, which, I'll be honest, those stats don't seem to be working. Unless nothing's happened. But we have got substantial XG compared to Brisbane Roar. So I think those stats might not be working. Again, you can see the report bug button on the right. There's a lot of bugs that are still going to be in there currently. But we play it out to Leah Williamson, who has found herself on the right side. Into Olivia Smith, who goes straight over with that one. But a first look at the match engine. I am going to collapse this, though, because I like that it shows a lot more at the screen. I think we'll keep that collapsed at the moment, because it gives us the key information that we need anyway. We seem to be pretty dominant so far. We can get a grip of the ball here, but that's gone to Russo. So Russo up to Olivia Smith on the right-hand side. Olivia Smith getting past her player. We love to see that. She's spinning all the way through, and that's just gone just a tiny bit over the bar. Good play so far. If we look at our ratings, it's certainly Chloe Kelly out there with a 6.9. Also Kim Little on the 7. Well, Kelly's up to a 7.1 now. This is great. She's working so well on the left. Which is exactly what we want. She played a lot of that for England. This is what we want to see. Crossed in from Kelly. Might be McCabe, actually. Questioning myself now. Fox to take the throw in. Wilburn-Moy. McCabe. Kelly. Kelly lets it run. She should get onto this, though. Or not. Actually, no. She let that run that through, and that's gone for a goal kick. Do we have statistics in the match now? We are ruling the XG, but the statistics aren't working, so we can't really see what the possession stats are and stuff, which is a little bit of a problem. And I'm sure they will work that out. I'm going to go to a positive mentality. I think I prefer that to a balanced here, because we are ruling the game, and I think we just need to push that down. Mariona with a beautiful, beautiful ball to Marnham. She gets tackled, and it comes to Kelly, though. Kelly into Marnham, and that is 1-0 to Arsenal. So that was, when you've got a player like Mariona Mariona Carpente in your midfield who can just ping a pass like that, it's sensational. Like, that's just awesome. We will proceed with those tactical changes, because stick with what you want to do regardless of how the scoreline's changed, unless you've scored 2 in the matter of 2 seconds and you go defensive. That's good stuff. That's what we want to see. On the 35th minute. The actual match engine, like, looking at it, it feels fresh. I know a lot of it is just ported from FM24. I'm aware of that. But just looking at these players' movements, the way they're controlling the ball, the physics, it does feel a lot better. It feels like a step forward to what we will see eventually. It's obviously not the end product. Russo! Whoa! It's obviously not the end product. But I think this opens up the door for it being like having some incredible changes in the future, which will just be really, really cool. So we're ahead for a Chloe Kelly assist and a Mornham goal. We still don't have our stats, which is a little bit of a problem. We're going to address the team here. We're going to do our team talk. We're going to go with what it says. That's gone down well with everyone. It actually shows you the hierarchy and the influence people have on. So obviously Leah Williamson, top of that hierarchy with Kim Little, two most influential players within the squad. It's quite nice to see that, because obviously those two players, the way they react to things are going to have quite a substantial impact on how, other players react to things. So it's nice to see that sort of stuff going on. Beth Mead, obviously part of the big hierarchy too. We'll make some changes soon. Taking too many shots from distance so far. So if we want to influence that, we can go into our in possession tactics here, and we can say, it's here from here. Shots from distance, encourage, discourage. There we go. We changed that. Hopefully that will aid that somewhat. We'll play the ball into the box a bit more. Brings it out to Chloe Kelly. Chloe Kelly crosses it in, can't find Olivia Smith, but it comes back to Mornham. Mariona Caldente. Smith finds room, and that makes it 2-0 to Arsenal. Lovely stuff. Again, Mariona Caldente being a massive part of it, even though she's only running a 6.8. She is a massive part of proceedings. Chloe Kelly's having a great game. I'm so glad that I actually chose to switch things up and put Chloe Kelly on the left instead of the right, and then bring in Olivia Smith. I think that's proving quite fruitful. I'm going to want to make subs pretty soon. This is obviously a friendly. I want to get people up to match speed. Brisbane Roar having a bit of the ball here. Are we going to be able to close them down? Oh, that is a really good ball by Brisbane Roar. And they bring one back. That's a little bit of a problem there. They found a lot of room on that right-hand side of our defence. Left wing has got so much room there. That's not ideal. That's really, really not ideal. Let's make some substitutions here. Let's bring on Blackstenius for Alessia Russo. Let's bring on Beth Mead for Olivia Smith. Let's bring on... Who else we got? Palova. What do we Palova for? Mornham. And then Catley, I think, can come on for McCabe. Yeah. Hines can have a go next match, I would say. We'll bring on Caitlin Ford for Chloe Kelly in due course. Can't be letting them back into this, though. So head away from Steph Catley, now on the field. Chloe Kelly finding Victoria Palova. Back to Chloe Kelly. Kim Little. Kelly being an essential part of every single move. What a ball that is. Through to Blackstenius. Blackstenius in the area. Finds Beth Mead. And that is 3-1. Beth Mead doing what she does well. We seem very, very good going forward. We just need to keep switched on at the back. We went to sleep letting that goal in. I can't lie. That long ball over the top. We got to keep an eye on that. We certainly got to keep an eye on that. I must admit, the game feels like quintessential Football Manager. It doesn't feel like we are playing an entirely different game here, but it feels like we're playing a modern version of the game. Jury's out on the UI, having sort of navigated it now for the past, I've been recording for an hour and a half. The jury's out on the UI. I'm not totally sure about it, but I think it's a step in the right direction. There'll be a lot of, optimizing that will have to be done. Let's bring off Kim Little for Cooney Cross. And I think that's probably it. Unless we move Catley into Robin Moy's position, and then we can bring on Taylor Hines. The last 15 minutes of this game that we are leading 3-1. Which is pretty damn good. I can't lie. This is good. I don't think these will have fixed themselves. No, so we want to see the match stats. Again, a lot of this will be fixed by the time the game fully releases on the 4th of November. Pullover running through. Pullover's got a lot of space here. Can she find someone in the area? Caitlin Ford. Taylor Hines on the edge of the area now. Cooney Cross finds Pullover back in the box. Blackstenius. Pullover takes it over. That's 4-1. Much more towards the scoreline that we wanted. It's been a good display. Not perfect. Of course not. But the passing play, the tiki-taka football, it's looking really good at the moment. And this play here from Blackstenius to Pullover, and then Pullover taking that shot off of Blackstenius' foot, basically, was really, really nice. That was good football. I'm impressed with people's energy levels as well. Fox and Mariona struggling slightly, but Williamson's energy levels are incredibly good. So that's something to look forward to. That long ball again, catching our fullbacks out. Oh, it's gone wide. I think I'm slightly worried about in transition our fullbacks are getting caught out higher up the pitch, which Brisbane Roar have punished us once, but good teams are going to punish us quite a lot more. I think we're going to have to look into that. Because with the quality we have on the wings, I'm not sure if we need... What a goal! I was rambling away there, and Mariona Cadente has just scored an absolute worldie. What is that? Let's see this again. So Beth Mead holding the ball up on the right, and Mariona just smacks this. Wow. What a goal. What a goal that is. Jeez. Okay, that makes it 5-1. Again, coming down the right. Ooh, that's the post hit by Brisbane Roar. Yeah, we need to get on top of this being exposed on the wings slightly. Our centre-backs have been absolutely fine, but right back, left back, we are being a little bit exposed sometimes from some long balls. We need to keep an eye on that, that's for sure. But Brisbane Roar 1, Arsenal 5, good way to start things off. I think going forward we've been very, very good. It's exactly what we've been looking for. And we managed to get a lot of people on, a lot of people to increase their match fitness, etc. That's what we want at this stage of the season. I won't usually, and yes, there'll be a few achievements coming through. New game, obviously. I won't usually go through friendlies, but I wanted to use that one as a test thing, really, because new game, you know? And it's not just a new year of Football Manager, it's an entirely new game. I am now going to push things forward between videos. Any transfers that will get done we'll catch up with in the start of the next video, and then we will get on and we will start getting some games in. I will probably do all of these friendlies off of videos now and then come back for the start of the season. And the start of the season, if I close this in the middle of processing, because you can do that, which is lovely. Fixture schedule, start of the season, we will play London City Lionesses. So I need to get three of these games done against PSG, Wolfsburg, and Central Coast Mariners. And then we will come back for London City Lionesses, and then probably Manchester United away. I think that is a good place to do it. If we can squeeze in Man City as well, I would like to. But the games will come at us thick and fast. It's a smaller league, obviously, so there won't be a huge amount of games. We're obviously going to go for it all. We haven't had the Champions League yet, so we need to get into that too. But this is going to be the save for the beta. And then when the game launches fully on the 4th of November, we will go into a proper long-term save. Perhaps a journeyman, but it'll be much longer term than this sort of save. This is me getting used to the game. I've got a lot of history in Football Manager, but this is a new game. It's going to play differently. I'm going to be back with that game against London City Lionesses in the next video, and hopefully I'll be a lot more comfortable in the game and I'll be navigating it a bit quicker and a bit smoother. But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are looking forward to more of Arsenal Women on Football Manager 26 and the future series coming your way. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.